All good. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Good morning. So, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. Because my sister is actually having a semester break right now, so I thought all students are off, but it seems that you guys are still in mid of semesters, right? So, thank you and welcome to our session today. Our session today will be called a Canva workshop for non-designers. So, is there anyone in design major here? No? Okay. So you guys are in the right place. So um, let me just introduce myself a little bit and I'll go through you with what we are covering today. Okay. So for some housekeeping rules, in case you guys see that camera over there, actually today's session is recorded for my HRD accreditation. So what is that? Basically, I've been certified as a trainer, but I need to upload a video to the entity to accredit me as an official trainer. Yep. So that will be showing the back of your head. So just don't worry too much about that. All right. If there's any problem, please contact me. So the second rule is, of course, respect each other's questions and stuff. Um, Throughout this session, feel free to just interrupt me if you have any questions. All right, there's no stupid questions here. We are all here to learn, and me myself, I'm here to learn from you guys also. Right, and that's basically it. So my name is Lee Chong, but you can call me Onion. All right. I don't see any. Is there any Chinese? Oh, Chinese. If if you know, if you are Chinese, you will know lah. Lee Chong. Chong in Chinese sounds a lot like onion. That's why people call me Onion since I was young, right? And most probably they just don't bother to remember my name lah. Okay. So I'm the marketing lead at 24 Consulting, which is the company that we are representing today. And thank you, MMU, for allowing this opportunity to happen. Okay. So in 24 Consulting, we do training. Uh, so what we are all about is to help people with tech. Yeah, I see a lot of IT, computer science students here. Yeah, so for us, we are more focused on the end users, like the ones that are non-technical, teaching them how to get better at tech and how to ease their job uh, in their work life. All right, so, all right, this one is fine. So here, today, Ali is not here. Ali is our founder at 24 Consulting. He's not here today because he's off to some work. But along with me, we have Fahim, the handsome guy in white suit. So he's the one who has been contacting with MMU and made this happen. So all credits to him. And we have Adam, the smart guy there in black suit. So he's the guy, he's the account manager here in 24 Consulting, right? So before we start, I just want everyone to scan this slide so you guys can get a copy of the slide here. So you guys can refer it back lah. Then I'll go through the modules with you guys, all right? Just let me know if you guys couldn't get it, all right? Can everyone access it? Okay? All good? Okay. So are you guys ready? Yes, okay. The morning energy. Okay. So I want to start off this session by saying you are a designer, in fact. So what do I mean by that? Okay. So I actually started off my career as a marketing executive, from marketing intern actually at a startup. And all I thought I would do is marketing plans. Yeah, I think you guys write a lot of reports and stuff, right? A lot of paperwork. I thought I would be doing that. and I thought that I'll be doing a lot of analysis kind of thing. When I realized, when I go in, there's no place for me to do that because I was in the startup. So instead, 70% of my time, I'm actually designing. But my job role didn't say anything about design, which made me confused. As you can see here, here is some projects that I've done. I've been in the F&B industry. So we have done posters, we have done cards. Later, I was in the tennis tournament company. I've done things. I've also done websites. As you can see here, 小红书, any TikTok refugees here, you know? Here, it's all here, 小红书, and also the current website that we are having right now. So, when I'm doing all of that, I started to ask myself, wait, I'm not a designer. Why am I doing all this design work, right? So I think that is why all of you are here also. Despite we are all not designers, we have something to design, right? I believe the first thing that you guys might encounter is maybe resumes or your portfolios, right? How can you communicate that with your future employers, and how can you convince them that you are the right candidate? Yeah. So as you can see, for teachers also, they have something to design. Course materials, they can be designed. For nurses, they can do education materials. For lawyers, they can even design their reports. So everyone has something to design, right? Do you guys have anything that you need to design right now, despite you are not a designer? Your assignments? Slides. Especially, yeah, slides, right? That's the most common thing in students that you guys need to do, despite you guys may not have a course on how to exactly do slides, right? So, messages needs to be designed before it is communicated. If you look around this room here, or everything that is embedded with information is all designed. Yeah? The MMU Career Connect, the buntings, everything is through design. No one would put a bunch of text in front of you and expect you to learn it. And that's why design is so important, right? So in today's agenda, we'll be covering a few modules here. I see that all of you have your laptops here. I do hope that we have the time to do some hands-on, all right? But if in case there's not enough time, I just want to focus on some things that I think you guys should know, and it will be very useful. So for example, understanding the key design principles, creating a great design workflow, and also creating a design mindset. Okay, I'll be more focused on that, but I think just this morning, I've heard the request of focusing more on how to build your portfolios, how to build your resumes, design, how to make them better, and I do have all of that in my examples later, so I hope I can share that with you. Okay, so, yep. So, let's do some ice-breaking activity. Yeah? There's two designs here. I think you guys are familiar with it, right? So, which one do you think is nicer? Okay. Who thinks Avengers is nicer? Give me your hand. Okay, it's all the guys. Okay, what about B? Anyone? All right, what about you? You didn't choose any? Avengers, all right. I need to force him. So, what does that tell us? Design is subjective, okay? I think design is about emotion, but on the logical side of it is about how you can communicate message. So as long as the design is effective in communication, it's a good design, okay? But as you can see just now, we would choose differently in different parts of time. So it doesn't matter which one is nicer because that's very personal. So while taste is very personal, there are some underlying principles that I think all of you should know, and I will show you how you can see design differently in just 5 minutes. Okay? So the first one, understanding 5 key design principles. So I see that there's some international. Is there any international students here? Where are you from? Oh, Pakistan. Same. Oh wow, you guys. Oh, what about you? Oh, nice. Okay, so this is in Malay lah. I'm sorry, but but it's fine. Let's just skip this because this is like an acronym that I developed. It's because most of our customers, they are from the government sectors, so they are most Malays. So I would cater to them more. But don't worry. So the first design principles is alignment. Are you guys aware of alignment? If you guys do any document, there's always alignment. So this is very obvious, but if you don't actively think about it, you might miss some of them. So alignment basically makes your design clean and tidy. This may look and sound simple, but a lot of times when non-designers are designing something, when they don't have a guide to follow, these are most likely one of the problems that you will see. Okay, I've seen a lot of very bad design in my work life, and I think that it's just because this knowledge hasn't been passed through for all. Yeah. So alignment. So for example, if you see here, this design is very messy. Okay. So for a person who doesn't know the principle of alignment, what I would think is messy. But why is it messy? It's because there's no alignment. It looks like a snake, right? But if you look here, this design immediately, the same elements, it became more tidy and clean. And that's just because I aligned it everything in the middle and on the bottom. Okay? So it's very easy, but it will be missed out. And the second one would be contrast. So contrast, the fact that you can even see these words right here is because there's contrast. Okay? Light background, dark elements. That's what makes contrast. Okay? Same thing when you have a dark background and you should have a light element. For example, how many of you guys have seen designs like this? I'm sure you guys have seen it. Okay? Okay, let's be real here. We've all done it. I mean, like, I've done it. So why can't we see the words right there? Because there's no color contrast there. And if you see the same thing with just a little bit of tweak, immediately the message became clear. And that is the power of contrast. Okay, so the first one, alignment and contrast. The third one is hierarchy. So hierarchy is basically, you need to have something that you want to emphasize in your design. You can't have everything the biggest. I want people to know this, that, and that. If you're trying to do that, people would know nothing. Okay? So I'll just give you guys 5 seconds to read the next slide and you tell me is it true or not. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. When I first see this, I'm like, oh, how did they know, right? So actually it's very simple because it's the biggest, second biggest, third, and the last here. So in your design, it's the same. You can't have everything to be the biggest. Make your main message clear, okay? So let me give you an example. Let's not look at the design here. If you look at the design on the left, everything is in the same emphasis. So where should I look first? But if you put the same information with some bit of hierarchy, You see, this is the biggest, the second level, and you can see, okay, this is the third one. Okay, imagine guys, when we are walking past a poster, right? We won't actually stand there and read everything. So if your bigger message isn't went through, most likely the customer is gone. Okay, same thing as when you guys are approaching an employer. If you are trying to highlight everything, most likely the employer would know nothing. Okay, so the fourth one would be proximity. So proximity sounds a bit complicated, but proximity is basically grouping. And actually we all know that, it's just that we are not aware that we are using it. So this is what I mean. Look at this thing. It's very messy. I see that there's two heading here, but I don't know where to put it. But the same information, if I try to put it like this, it became more clear. So, proximity is all about grouping similar things in similar structure. Okay, so for example, what is my traits? Skinny, handsome. I don't know. Okay, so that is one thing, okay? So the fifth one is white space. White space sounds easy, but it's the most mistakes that I've seen people make. So have you guys wondered why are you guys looking at the text right here instead of the blank space? It's because there's a lot of, okay, white space is also called negative space. Okay, this space, I want you to think of it as it is pushing your attention to the other side. Okay, so for example, if I'm standing here, there's white space a lot on my left side, right? So you guys are pushing attention to me. Same thing as white space. When you're doing a design, you are not trying to crowd the design with all the elements you have, because the viewers wouldn't know where to look at. And guys, remember, white space doesn't need to be white. Okay? White space can be anything as long as it pushes your attention to here. Okay? So for example like this, don't you think it's a good design because you are looking at the message that I want you to look at instead of crowding the design with a lot of stuff? Okay. Anyone with questions here until now? All right. So let me. Okay. So again, 5 design principles: alignment, contrast, hierarchy, proximity, and white space. Okay. So everyone know, huh? Okay. So are you guys up for a challenge? Remember the design that I've shown just now? Can you guys spot the 5 design principles here? Okay, wait. Okay, so first one, alignment. Where's the alignment here? Text is aligned middle. What about here? It's aligned on the same row, right? Alright, alignment, right? If you guys notice, here is actually aligned with the same. So this is some subtle alignment that you may not notice, but actually makes it more tidy, right? So what? Oh my god! I just gave you the answer. Okay, what is the contrast? Is there any contrast here?
Light, background, dark, pictures.
All right. Yes. All right. What about others? Is there any more alignment here? What about the text Avengers? Text here, right? It's all contrast, like what you have said just now. The characters also are very standing out because they are not blending with the background, right? And if you guys notice here, there's one thing that is not very contrasty. Can you guys see the text here? It's not very contrasty. So is that a bad design?
But maybe the information is not too important.
Correct. The information, so the designer purposely make this not as contrast as possible because it's a compliance. I don't want people to know, okay, I work with this company, this company. It's just a compliance for us to put there. So in case people want to look for it, they are there, but that's not the main focus of the poster. Okay? So what about the third one, hierarchy? Which text do you see first in this poster? Avengers. Then the second, yes. You guys are good. Hierarchy, right? So what about proximity here? Is there any proximity? Grouping stuff together. Where? Where is it?
All the text.
All right. Is there any more? Characters are there. Okay. So proximity, you are right. So as you guys can see, sorry, I think it's because of my mouse here. Yeah. All here is the actor's name. So all the actors' names should be grouped together, and that's proximity. As you guys can see, remember the thing that I talked about? The companies that are working with them, they are all grouped under here. So it's a part of proximity also. So when you guys are doing design, no way that you are put, let's say 5 traits of me, but you put 1 trait at one corner. That's weird, right? You should put it in the same list. Okay? Oh my god, I gave an answer again. So what is the white space here, guys? Is there any white space here? I guess. Okay. So as you guys can see, here is white space also, despite there's some chaos going there, right? But it's just the background, so it doesn't take away the spotlight of the characters and also the text. Yeah? So, white space is very important, yeah? Okay. So, as long as you follow these 5 principles, your design will shine. Okay? But let me just, okay, so you know there's a saying that if you don't practice it, you won't remember it. Yeah, even though right now you guys are more likely clear. So I want to give you something that you can design. So do you guys have anything on your hand, or like, I think some of you have this poster right here, or you guys have a phone or anything. So I'll just show you guys. Do you see the 5 design principles here? You see alignment, there's contrast. You see, yes, the benefits are all here. So it's proximity, yeah, hierarchy. I want to see this first, so I put this the biggest, white space on top and bottom. So that's how you practice these 5 design principles. And for me, when I started off learning this, what I do is every time I'll just walk past something, a design, I'll just think, oh, okay, there's alignment there. Okay, what is right, what is wrong? So that is how you practice it. Okay? So any questions from now? This is the end of module 1. So is there any questions? Any questions you guys want to ask? Okay? Okay, good. So, oh, okay. So guys, let's say we have learned the 5 design principles. We have learned something today already, right? So let's say today our lecturer or our employer asks us create a poster for us. It's still quite hard to do from a blank space, because when we see a blank space, our brain goes blank also. Okay? So, out of my 3 years of working in the industry, the challenges of designing is mainly first, time consuming, and second one, no idea. First of all, no one here is a designated designer. So which means that our job is actually focusing on something else. But design may be a part of it. So we couldn't spend whole day designing it, right? So we need some help, need some tips. Okay? And also no idea lah. So I'll help you guys to fix it. So the second module will be creating a great design workflow. So have you guys asked yourself these questions before you start designing? So What is the objective of the design? Who's the target audience? Where will the design be used? What content do I need? And what references can I use? So let me give you an example. Let's say today I'm in a marketing firm and I'm in charge of doing a marketing flyer. What's the title? The objective? Who's the audience? And this is the most important one, guys. When anyone is trying to do a design, you always have to think of where this design is going. Yeah? If it's going on an Instagram post, most likely it will be 4:3, or it will be a square post. But if you are trying to print it out, it's A4. Why am I trying to emphasize this so much is because I've worked with designers, and sometimes when they receive tasks, they just do. Then until the end, they send to the employer. The employer say, hey, why do you do this? I want to print it out, but you give me a square design. So communication before the design is key, right? As you guys, I think everyone here would know, when you guys are doing an assignment, you are trying to ask the lecturer, what's the rubric? What are you examining it from? So you are trying to understand the entire outcome that they are expecting. And that is the same in design. Okay? So this is a design workflow template. Actually, usually in our online class, I will ask them to screenshot it down, but I guess every one of you already has the copy of this. So feel free to use this whenever you guys are trying to do any design. Okay? It's very tedious process, but trust me, it's very useful. Okay, so the second one is finding references and inspirations. Has anyone resonate with this idea that I'm talking right now? References and inspirations. So, yeah, do you guys find any references and inspirations when you are doing your job? Can you give me an example? Nice. What about you? Yes, correct. So, although this sounds simple again, it's very it's not very commonly practiced um, outside of the creative industry. So, for example, guys, I've worked with a photographer. So, what they would do in the studio, they will say, "Hey guys, today they will show us a mood board and say, guys, this is the type of style I'm going today." So it's the same with designing, and it may be the same when you guys are doing work. So for example, you guys are trying to create a report. Okay, is there any example that I can find from maybe the biggest company, Grab? Did they do something similar? Right? Let me just find it. So for example, when I was in my F&B business, we had a mix and match promo. So I was tasked to create a design, and I don't have any idea. So what I do, I go online and say, hey, actually McDonald's did it. So why not I take inspiration and create my version of it, right? Same thing as when you guys are doing a research paper, you guys are finding references, right? It's the same idea. You are standing on the top of the shoulders of the giants, okay? So finding references is so important. And the third one, use templates, okay? Anyone here has already used Canva for a long time? Okay, you guys used Canva before? All right, so why is Canva so popular right now? I think it has like 200 million, 300 million monthly users. So templates is a way for non-designers to accelerate their design process. Okay, so templates is very important, and later I'll show you guys how you can choose the best template out of when you're doing your work. For example, guys, this was a design that I've done for 24 Consulting, and we are trying to promote our course. So when I was doing the poster, I really have no idea, to be honest. But when I saw this, I'm thinking, hey, this looks great. And there's some real estate here that I can play with. So what I did, I just turned the text here, edit here, add a logo, put the thing here, and right now it becomes a poster. Okay? Regardless of if you think it is good or bad, it is a design that is made out of templates, right? So, as a non-designer, who would have thought to put a phone here with a bit of angle, right? That is actually very hard for non-designers to think of something out of the blue. Hey, maybe I can put a phone here, which is not really realistic. That's why the help of templates is so important. So the third one is, of course, apply the 5 design principles that you guys have learned. Okay. So any questions from there? Creating a design workflow. No? Sure? Okay. So I think every one of you has already used Canva, right? Have you guys used Canva before? All right. So usually in our class, there may be some newbies who have never used Canva before, and we would go through that. But since every one of you have used Canva, and I'll just go through some of the thing that I think is useful for you guys, and because most of it, I may not use all of the features, but there are some features that I'll always use. So, okay, let me just go through. So actually, all of this is in the slides. If you guys want to refer it, feel free. Okay, have you guys collaborated with in Canva before? Like 5%, everyone is working together, right? Same thing. I think that is why Canva is so popular right now also lah, right? It's the same like Google Docs, everything. Yeah, sometimes you just need to create the slides in 5 minutes, and there's 5 slides, and you need to distribute it among your group mates. Okay, I think all of this you will know, but let me see which part that I think. Okay. Are you guys using a free or pro version? Free versions, everyone. Does MMU provide any Canva licenses? Okay. No, it's the same as Taylor's. I'm from Taylor's University. They don't also. So they have Adobe. They have Adobe, but we don't really use it. So it's kind of a shame. Yep. So yeah. So guys, if you guys have used Pro before, you will know that the background remover feature is very useful. Okay. Um, because you guys are students, I wouldn't say that I suggest you guys to subscribe to it, because when I was a student, I try to bootstrap everything and try and design things, because I think you guys would go through some tedious, maybe go to a website and just remove the background and put it back to Canva and try and do something like that. When I was in your age, I would do that also. But if you guys are trying to save time, or when you guys are going to the work life, it's good that you always try and save time, and either you invest in tools like this, Canva, or you suggest to the employer, can I claim this? Okay, I will make work easier. I will make my work faster also. Okay, so always try to save time when it comes to using tools. Okay, so these are some tips and tricks. I don't know if you guys have known it or not, but should I just show you guys? So here are some shortcuts that I think everyone can know. Do you guys have if anyone has Canva, you guys can turn on the design. Just pick any template. So since you guys are using the free one, let me use the free one also. So let's say I'm trying to create a education poster. Okay, let's say it's this. Okay. For the ones who have not, who don't have your laptop here, it's fine. I'll still demonstrate here, and you guys can try and grasp it. If you guys want to recap on what's the shortcut that I have used, it's all in the slides just now. Okay. So the first shortcut that I've always used is Alt, Alt. So guys, when you guys are trying to duplicate something, right? I think most of you would copy and paste, right? But I want you guys to try this. Just hold on Alt. For the MacBook users, it's an option. Just hold on Alt and drag it. Can you guys try it? Is it working? Hold on Alt and drag it. Alt, drag it. Oh. Oh, I think it's because you don't have the here. Okay, wait. You hold on Alt for me. See?
Oh, okay.
You have to hold on here. Then you release your hold first before release your mouse first before the Alt. Okay. So again, when you are doing this, it's very simple because when you're trying to duplicate something, it's very easy, right? Okay. Let's Control Z back to the basic. Okay. So another thing, guys. Alt not only has the ability to duplicate things, it can also help you to make things equal. So what do I mean by that? Let's say I add a page, I have a circle here. Usually, you guys would let's say I want to make this circle big, okay? Then I would need to align it in middle, right? That's how most people would do. But I can also hold on Alt and drag it from here. So it's actually making it equally big. So it will be scaling from the center. Can you guys see? So let's say, for example, guys, if I just drag here, it will just be one place. But if I hold on Alt, I drag, it will be like this. Okay? Same thing, Alt. Okay? It's all included in the shortcut just now. Okay, so another thing is, do you guys know about layers in Canva? Layers? Yeah, so basically, why you can see this clearly is because it's on top of the picture, it's on top of this blurry thing, right? So a lot of the times we need to move the things around to make it clear. So I just want you guys to hold on, what's this button here? Okay, Control, yes. So just hold on Control, and you guys see the button that is okay, what is this button here, guys? This one, like the bracket thing. Okay, so when you hold on Control, you see you see, I can move it up and down like this. The bracket thing. Okay, so you hold on Control and you try. Okay, you hold on and you click. You see? Can anyone try it? Hold on Control. Yes, that one. So you hold on Control. Okay, just click another one. You see? It's going back and forth. Control. Okay, let's say this one is, let's say we make it clearer. Now it's on the top, right? So you hold on control. Now if you go left, it will go back.
Okay. Alright.
Okay? Okay, so let's say this thing is right in front of this thing, right? So you hold on control and now you click here. You see, now let's go back. So you want to turn it back, you go here. Yes, correct. You guys have known this trick? You know this trick? Okay, so you click on control. You just click on yes, correct. So basically, it just makes it easier. Okay? You can try it later. Okay? So as you guys can see, that is some of the shortcuts that I would usually use. And if you go to positions here, you just click on anything, you click on positions, you can see layers here. So actually, what you are doing is moving this up and down. So for example, if I'm moving this, you see, I'm moving it. But you can also drag it. If you just think shortcuts are too tedious, drag it up and down. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. That is some of the shortcuts that I would always use, and just a bit of the time. And if you are used to it, it will literally save you a lot of time. Okay. So let's go back here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me later after the class has ended. Okay. So here are some recommended extensions for Google Chrome. So why do I recommend both of this is because mostly when we are designing something, we are trying to understand what is the color that Coca-Cola is using, or what is the color that Uniqlo is using, or what is the font that Starbucks is using, right? So this tool will be very useful, and you guys can install it later lah. Okay. Let me just show you. Let's see. What is the brand that you guys like? Any brands you guys like? Nike. Okay, let's do Nike. Okay. I'm using my hotspot here. All right, see, there's a lot of things going on here. So, okay. Let's say we are in this page right here. So when we click on here, when you download it, when you download the extensions, you will have something like this. So what's the font? You see, I can see, oh, they are using Helvetica now. Okay, they're using Helvetica. What about this font? Helvetica. Okay. Okay, Helvetica. So for example, if you guys are building a website, you don't know what fonts to use. Since Nike used Helvetica, why not I use it also? Okay, same thing as your design. If you are doing a design for Nike and you want to impress them, use their fonts, use their colors. Okay, so this is one, and you can just exit it right here. So let's say, what about I want to know what color is this? So let me just pick color eye picker. You see, now you can access to the colors here, right? Let's say I want to use this color. I'll just copy this. Let me just click on this. Let me just copy this, and let's say I have this design. I'll just paste the color here, and I will just make it. Okay? So guys, remember, have you guys used the eye picker tool in Canva? Everyone used it? Okay, that's fine. So basically, for the ones who are not familiar with it, if you are selecting any elements, just click on the plus button here. You have an eye picker here. Just click and you can find any colors you want. Okay? All right. Let's go back to the course right here. So Do you guys have you guys have the need to create QR codes? QR codes?
Yeah.
I mean like actually when I was in my uni I didn't used to, but when I am actually working, there's a lot of use of that. So I have tried a bunch of websites and I think this is the best. So if you guys want to try, so basically, usually when people trying to scan QR, right, a lot of the, even the big brands, they're trying to use the free versions. So you will see when you scan their QR, it will go to an ad page before you go to the actual thing. So QR Monkey is very useful because there will be no ads at all. So for example, MMU, let's say we have MMU's website here. I just copy this code, URL, okay? Here I can add logo, so it's fine. See which one do you like. So you just create the QR code here, and you generate, and you just download and use it, okay? It will be completely 100% ad-free. Okay, so there's another way of you to create QR codes also. So let's say you are on the website that you want to direct people to. Just right click, create QR code for your page. This is one of the ways also. Okay, in case you guys want to know how to create QR codes. Okay, so let's go back here. So is there any questions from that? We just speed ran through the Canva site so we can talk about more things. Okay? Any questions here? No? All good? Or are you guys too shy? Yes. Yes. No. No. You have to be the exact name. So actually, if you couldn't find it, right? You couldn't find it, it means that it has been retired actually. Yeah, so actually, just a few months ago, when I'm still trying out this eye color picker tool, it says that the extension may not be compliant to the Google's terms or anything, so it may be down. So actually, the idea is you can find any color eye picker tool, but that is just the one that I've used a long time. Yeah, so any tool will do. Okay. So for example, like the font, yes. Yes, it's QR code monkey. No. Scroll down. This one. Yeah. So guys, when you guys are trying to search something also, this is one thing that I've noticed. When you guys are trying to search something, let's say you are trying to search QR code monkey, right? Okay, this is some digital literacy thing. Okay, wait, let me show you. QR code monkey. Okay, guys, as you guys can see, these are the companies that are trying to throw ads to your face. Did you guys see? Although you are searching QR code monkey and it is QR code monkey here, it is not the actual QR code monkey. You guys can see this is called QR code generator pro. If you scroll down, you will find the actual QR code monkey, right? So, do you guys use ChatGPT? If you guys try to search ChatGPT, most likely there will be something that pops up on top of it. If people are throwing ads on their keywords, so this is a play that companies would do lah. So when you guys are trying to download stuff on App Store or Play Store, be aware of that also. Like maybe someone will say, "Hey guys, try and download this app." Then you guys just search or you just download the top app, which is not the right one. Just check the QR code, check the URL, okay, and the name. Okay, just a small tip that I want to cover. Okay, we still have an hour. I think it's fine. Okay, everyone good right now? Is that too much information? All good, huh? Okay, let's do some design mindset and let's move on to because I was thinking about more on a lecture style, but let's do something together later. But I just want the ones who without laptop to be involved as well, lah. Okay, so a design mindset. Although we have not started to design anything yet, but having a design mindset is very important. So it's not about more skills, it's about better observation. So, what do I mean by this is when we are trying to design something, we are trying to learn the skills of designing. So, we would think that if we are doing more designs on Canva or we are doing more designs on Adobe, we would get better at design. But it's actually not true because you need to train your eyes and brain to first identify what is a good design. So this is what I mean. If you guys have noticed, all the big brands are around us, right? You guys are using some of the top big brands of laptops, right? They most likely have a good design. And when you are going to a shopping mall, you're looking at Uniqlo, you're looking at McDonald's, no matter if you like the brand or not, they are big brands. So they have something that we can learn from them, right? So for example, if I'm doing, let's say I'm doing a F&B business and I'm trying to compete with, let's say Grab. So I will do my due diligence and see how they advertise their thing and how can I build on top of this, right? Instead of trying to create something on my own, because guys, remember, we are not designers. So let's say we have designed for 10 years and someone asks us to create something, it will be instantaneously easy. But right now we are not, so we need to leverage on other people's design, right? For example, anyone like burger here, right? Let's say you want to open a burger brand and you don't know what your billboard can be. This can be a starting point, right? Just replace your burger, replace your text, put your logo here. That is your design. Okay? So the first mindset is learn to observe more. So when you are looking, I mean, you don't have to be psycho like, oh, this thing is not good or anything. But let's say if you see this MMU banner, just think, okay, as a big logo, the message is clear, it's a line in the middle. Yes?
If we're following the designs by everyone around us, how do we stand out?
That's a good point. So have you guys have this question also? Okay, so I think that everyone starts from somewhere, and from my experience, okay, I wouldn't say I'm not sure how much you guys know about companies and startup, but from my first startup, actually most of the ideas that they have had is actually a complete replica of some companies in the States. For example, okay, so we were doing a healthy food brand. It wouldn't say we wouldn't say complete replica lah. So this is what I mean. We have a brand that we aspire to be. Okay, let's say we are a healthy food brand and we like cubis and kale, for example, or fishbowl, for example. And the business model is most likely similar. Healthy food, delivery. Okay, so you have to find this unique selling point of you, right? And when you're doing the design, it's the same. Let's say I'm trying to do a food brand, and there's already a lot of big brands out there. So let's say they are doing something that is working, and we are not trying to learn from that. I think we are trying to create something on our own, right? That could be very ambitious and it can be very successful also, right? But you may not find the results that you want because there's a reason why McDonald's, out of 100 ads or out of 100 designs, they purposely chose this at that location. it's most likely that they have done some testing, and from the analytics, they can see this is the most effective one. So, even as a designer or a non-designer, when we are doing something, we are trying to be on par of that thing. Okay? So how do we stand out? First of all, we don't copy their colors, we don't copy their message. Maybe the message can be something different. Maybe you are trying to empower healthy eating for skinny people, burgers for skinny people, right? Or the colors are different, right? The burgers are made differently. So how is that not your design? How is that not your unique specialty, right? So when we are doing any design as well, myself, I put credit to all the people who have put their work into the craft of this. So when I'm trying to design it, my mindset is, let me copy this. No. My mindset is, how can I learn from this and how can I use their structure to communicate my message? Okay? So I think it's a bit of, a bit of a mindset change. Because when I was first in my startup, like what you said, when my uh, when my boss just said, just copy what they did. That what you have said just now is completely what I've said to him. Like, why are we just copying? Then he would just say the same thing that I've told you just now, right? So it's how to say? Let's just build on top of what is working already. Okay. Of course, that is for the company mindset, or it's like more like business mindset. If you're trying to work on a art, it's different. I think art is, you should be unique. You know, you can learn from somewhere, you can make your own art. I think that's different. That's different. But for on the business point of view, always do something that is effective. Okay. So learn to observe more is very important. So, the same thing that I've said just now, design has already been done. Okay, so especially as a non-designer, if we are trying to create something out of the blue, it's very hard because we haven't got the knowledge, we haven't got the experience to do it, and that's why we leverage on learning how people do their designs and how can we make it our versions. And you guys would find um, eventually you can start creating your own designs, and you won't know why, because you just have so much experiencing of doing designs, right? At first it will be hard. I'm sure it will be hard. Even now, from me, let's say yesterday I was actually creating a poster for promoting ourselves that we'll be talking at MMU. I tried to create a design myself, and I will spend hours there, and I realized, hey, I'm not using what I'm teaching. I should have used a template. The moment I find a template, the moment I've been inspired, and I made the design in 30 minutes. So it's the same. Design has been done, try and leverage it. Okay? So the 80-20 rule, I think, have you guys heard of this? 80-20? So the idea is use 20% of effort to create 80% of the results. And that's why templates are so important. And that's why communication is so important. Remember, if you are trying to create a design and it actually doesn't meet your employers or your lecturers' need, and it will be a complete waste of effort, right? So have the end goal in mind and use the tools that would help you, references and templates. Okay. So again, design is about communication. Now, again, when you are receiving a design task, you are communicating with the the task giver, right? Who give you the task, as well as the audience. Okay, so make sure how you can communicate it. And the last one, how many of you suffer from this? Perfectionist. Anyone? Okay? Okay, yeah. I think some of us can relate. For example, like, let's say this banner that I've done, I'll move up and down for like 30 minutes, like, which is the balance, which you guys may not even notice a difference. You guys, yeah, this is a good point that I've brought up with. So when you guys are trying to contemplating some designs or any work that you have done, you have to think, if you are spending too much time there, you have to think, say to yourself, does this matter or not? Would the customer even notice it? Yeah, because if you spend 2 hours just to make 1% of improvement, why not use that time to do something else? Yeah, perfectionism kills productivity. Okay, this is the same as when you guys are going to a workplace. Okay, any questions from now? That is a very good question, actually. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any questions from the seniors there? Yes.
Is it important to use all 5 design principles, or we can just do some trade-off? Like, it's, in some cases, we might need to choose the most important one, right?
Yes. So the 5 design principles again, it's a guide, but it's not a must. So I think you guys have seen some designs, although they are like a bit weird, but somehow it looks good, right? Actually, if you go and search design principles, you can find 10 design principles, you can find 20 design principles. So I would say that as long as the design is very it communicated the message, I think it's an effective design. But in terms of like um, the design or like the style you're going with, is totally subjective. Okay, if you, for example, there's a principle that say balance, right? Some is called a same is symmetric. Oh my god, my English. Basically it's not balanced. Sometimes it's not a bit like not balanced, but it's balanced. But sometimes it's like balanced, but it's balanced. Okay, fine. So that is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay. Let's go on to module 5. So actually, I want to switch it up a bit because of today's session. Everyone is a student, and I just want to show you guys how you guys can do some portfolios or resumes that can make your employer life easier, because they can just, I want this guy or I want this girl. Okay. So um, before that, I just want you guys to, anyone who hasn't been very familiar with the tool, not just Canva, but let's say you want to try and go to Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, right? How can you familiarize yourself with the tool is first by recreating designs. So for example, this is not to publish anything, okay? This is about just practicing. So for example, let's say I want to use Canva, and today I want to practice it. One way you can do is randomly do a design, which will take time. But the second way would be find some designs on the web. Okay, let's say Uniqlo. Okay, I like that design. How can I recreate this here? So now you have a task and you need to accomplish it. So you will find every way possible to achieve that. And that's how you would explore all the tools in Canva. You may also explore more tools on the web. How can you make that? How can you achieve that, right? So recreating design is very important. So actually in the slides, right, I have give you an assignment. So you guys, when you guys are free, you guys can try and recreate this. So a very big thing when you are recreating design is analyze what elements are there. Okay, so you guys can see there's a logo here. So you gotta find a place where you can get the logo, right? So this text here, right? Do you want to make it your own style? the fonts you want, or do you want to stay with what they have, right? And there's pictures here. So where can you find the stock image for this? Okay, so I have given a blank space, so you guys, when you guys are back, you guys can try and recreate it. So this is a harder design, and you can try and see, hey, now there's something different. Just now, it was just an image. But right now, these guys are cropped out. So how can you guys achieve this? Okay, how can you guys do all this? What are these elements? Okay, so recreating design is very important. Okay, okay. Uh, okay, these are all the tasks that you guys can do. So before the mini assessment, let's let me show you how you guys can create portfolio or how to tell a story. So I think, okay, let me just show you what this is this is a resume that I've done when, okay, this actually the resume that I had in 3 years ago when I was applying for an internship. Okay, so as you guys can see, I did not think of this design at all. I used a template. Okay, so it's one thing I think is very important is that what do you want to highlight in your resume? I think a lot of you would struggle with this because you want to highlight so many things that you have accomplished in either your high school journey or your university journey, right? You just have so much things. So which one do you want to highlight? I think that's part of design also, because you can't just highlight everything, right? So when I was in having an internship, I purposely highlighted this, the media influencer campaign. So basically what we did is we collaborated with a social media influencer and we did a project together. But that is not the only project that I've done, but I purposely chose that because I think this aligns with what the employer wants. I think it's the same with you guys. When you guys are trying to get employed, you have to think, does the company think that this is a good resume or not? You have to think in their own shoes. And I think everyone here has to have you have to change your perspective a little bit when you guys are doing work. Think of the users in mind. Okay, let's say when I'm doing this, can they see all the traits that I have, or is it too messy for them, right? So, without further ado, let's go to Canva and find a resume template, okay? As you guys can see, these are all the free templates that you can use, and I immediately think this is very good, to be honest, right? So, as you guys can see, design nowadays has been it's been easier for end users like us, right? So, this is something that you can customize right now. So, how can you, it's in Malay, okay. So, you can put your name here, highlight your stuff here. So, what's the challenge here, guys? Can you guys see the challenge here? When you guys are customizing a template, right? Can you guys? Okay, so when you guys are customizing a template, I think the important part is not only just the design, but it's not just about how can you fit the design is about what do you want to communicate. That is so important. So for example, there's a few, you can follow this guide here. So what do you want to highlight here? That is so important. Maybe you want to highlight your story here. You want to highlight your GPA here. You want to highlight your achievements here. So what about here? Right? So I would think when you guys are doing designs, think of your advantage. Think of the traits that you have that the employer would appreciate. Okay? So that is very that is just one tip that I can give lah, because sometimes we might not need to follow entirely with this, because if you notice, let's say you are trying to follow them, you might get some roadblock. I want to include more, but there's no more guides for me to do that. So it's very important for you to understand what is the message that you are trying to go to. Okay. So have you guys used ChatGPT a lot? So utilize that for your design also. Okay, so I don't know if do you guys want to see, like, okay, so let's say I wanna do a poster, right? Are you guys familiar with prompting? Prompting ChatGPT. So actually, we have a class on prompting itself, but today I'm just going to show you a bit of how can you just ask it, and I'll give you some one or two tips you can use. So for example, when you're prompting GPT, you don't just say, "Give me a resume. I want to do a resume." They need to have context. So for example, let's say when I'm prompting GPT, right? And you can do it on the free one, although I'm on a paid one, but this is completely free. Okay. Hi. I'm very polite. Okay. I'm trying to create a A4 resume in Canva. Please guide me through. Okay. Through what content I should include. Ask me any questions if there is any. Okay, so for example, now you can get a guide. Okay, what should you do? Okay, header, you have a header, what's your job title? I mean, let's say you're a student. You are a student in what school, what major, right? See, this is all the guides for you to actually, to do. So for example, let's go back to, let's go back to here. Let's say you don't know what to put here. Now you know, okay, I can put my skills there, or I can put even the tools that I know how to use. For example, some employers might say, hey, this guy knows how to use ChatGPT. I need some guys like this. Or, right? So it's all about how you plan your design out. Okay, how many of you are in year 3, or like you guys are graduating soon? Final year? What about you? Okay. And all of you are year 2, year 1? Okay. What about you? You are year masters. Oh, you're doing masters already. Yeah. Do you have any work experience? I see. Yeah, maybe you can, you guys can approach him also. It's not just. I think everyone with work experience can relate when how hard it is to freelancing. Mm. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Nice. So I think people like you also, it's very important to showcase your work, right? And resume is although a part of them, but I want to go into portfolio, which how you can demonstrate your work better. Okay, thank you so much. So usually, guys, I just wanna mention this. Resume and CV is most likely in text format also. So, I'm not sure if I can find. Please ignore my. Okay, wait. I'm not sure if I can find, but let me just. Let me just see if I can find my resume. Yep. So guys, when you guys are doing resume also, okay, some employers or some of the industry standards actually don't really like design. They like text, text based. So this was the resume that I've had in my second job. Okay, so I actually moved on from Canva to here because I do think that it looks more professional when it comes to resume and CV. But I wouldn't say it's the best example that you can follow because your employer may like a Canva design. Okay, so just you can do some justification based on your own, or you can ask the employer also. Hey, I'm new to this. Do you prefer a Canva? Do you like a resume with better design or just text based? Or just ask your lecturer. They may know better. So when you're doing a resume also, it's very important that you don't go over 2 pages. 1 to 2 is very good. Okay? And that's where you need to be very skillful in picking what you want to highlight. Okay? I still remember when I was doing this resume, ChatGPT just got up. I think it was around in 2022. So ChatGPT just came out and I used it for my resume here. So you guys can try and do that also. Okay? So if you guys want, I can also send you guys a copy of this if you guys want. Okay? Just contact me after the session ended. Okay. Let's go back to our design. So do you guys know the difference of a portfolio as well as do you guys know the difference of portfolio and resume?
Portfolio is dynamic, I guess, like it's a website sort of thing, while resume is static.
Yes. So yes, that is correct. So I think both of you are right on. So portfolio is a way you can show your work. So as you can see, resume is all text based. Yeah, you can. I know that you have done this. Your GPA is this. Yes, very good. But there's one thing in resume that is very weak, which I couldn't see your work. You could be all talk and I was when I was hiring, not I was hiring, I was hiring with my employer. That back then we need like a designer. We would see, yeah, this guy is very good, but we would think, is he really as good as he says on the resume? So portfolio is very important, and I will tell you why it is, especially in nowadays world. Okay, so this was a portfolio that I've done uh, when I was applying for my second job also. Okay, so for students like you, it's very good that you can actually showcase your assignment through sites like this. And I will tell you, employers love this more than resume. So it's always good that you have a resume and you have a portfolio together. Showcase your work, give them visuals. I'll just slap them with in their face. Okay, this is what things I've done. Okay, I'm not just all talk. I've done this. So this is what I did last time. Oh, sorry, my God. Okay, so this was my work experience here. So for example, same thing. How do you want to tell the story? Okay, I want to highlight that I've done collateral executions. Okay, how do you name it is very important also. So some people will say physical design, but I think this sounds cooler. Executions, collateral executions, right? Okay, so I've done all these things, you know, you can showcase in your portfolio. All right, this guy is you see, if you are in the employer's mind, you'll see, oh, okay, he did a lot of stuff. So what about online collateral executions? Oh, I've done banners on web. I've done email marketing, right? Here, we can even say like, you know, like these messages here. You see, this is how I communicated messages back then. So what are you trying to say is, I can do the same for you. So hire me, right? This is how you leverage on the work that you have done. Okay, so for example, we have done events, we have done, if you guys have done any events in school or you guys have any club activities, or I would think that the best projects that you guys would have is your final year project. I think most of you would get your portfolio from there. Okay, so let's say we've done go to market for Sunway. Okay, we have done zero waste event, a lot of events, a lot more events. Okay, again, TikTok refugees, Xiaohongshu. I've grown Xiaohongshu. Rate note, like I will highlight lah. What's my engagement rate? What's my followers rate? You know. Okay, organic growth. So this, I just want you guys to imagine that you are presenting this to your employer. Okay, some of the I would think some of the big companies they would ask for a presentation, but some of them wouldn't. It might just be a online one. Okay. Okay. So for example, we did influencer campaign, Instagram influencer campaign. Then remember, guys, as you guys can see, I highlighted the work of I experienced first, then only to uni. Okay. So you would always highlight what you want to highlight first. Oh my god, the way it came out, it's more like hierarchy, like the design just now. Have to put you always put the recent one or the ones that you are most proud of. Okay, content strategies. Okay, so that's most like, yeah, that's it. So I'll send this a copy to you guys also if you guys want. So as you guys can see, design is very important in portfolio also, especially, right? Because I believe you is the most prominent example. Like, how can you showcase your work through visuals? And now, like I believe you have said that, you know, some portfolios they even live on the website. So if you guys know, Behance is a Adobe website. um, People actually put their portfolios there, or they may even create a website for their own, and that may be good for computer science students. So portfolio can be in a lot of shape or forms. But let's say like I heard some of you did account, or like anyone is account here? Oh, I think, oh yeah, you, right. So for example, you can showcase in this way also. So please be creative when you are trying to show your portfolio, and that is just a medium for you to communicate your strength with the employer. Okay? Any questions here? Yes. They are not what? They are not as friendly. 80? Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with the ATS. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use template. Just make sure the words are readable. So that's where the contrast comes.
Yes. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have. I couldn't have answered that if it wasn't from her. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So any questions? Any more questions? You guys? No questions? All right. So let me show you another thing that let me show you another presentation that I've done. So actually it's a storyline, as you can see. I'm from my intern. Now working at a second job. Now this is a slide that it's not a portfolio, but it's more a presentation. So I was the marketing lead at this training company. So they say that we have the best slides because I did it. So it's a way how you can tell story when you are doing designs. Because remember, when it's poster or when it's just a WhatsApp visual, it's very simple, it's very straightforward, right? But when it's a slide, you want the users to be in the journey with you from slide one to end. So how can you tell the story? I believe this is a very important skills for students because I would think, or I should I say, I have a lot of friends who their skills is very great, but their communication skill is not that good. So I would be a bit of, I would think it's a shame because they couldn't express themselves better. So for example, someone who is a bit more mediocre, but they are able to tell a better story, that they may get a better outcome, right? So anyone who don't really know how to tell a story is always at this disadvantage. Okay? So for example, when I'm presenting this 2024 roadmap, I was in charge of marketing here. So as you guys can see, I would say 2023 was a roller coaster. So you would think like something like this is a bit of creative that you can put in your presentation. Of course, you wouldn't put this in your resume because or your portfolio because people say, huh, roller coaster, you did roller coaster projects before? So this is something that you can do when you're on site. Okay, so like for example, I will show the numbers. I'm not even sure if these numbers are, can I show or not? Okay, so for example, we did this and that, highlight stuff that you can do. Same thing in your portfolio also. How can you tell a story? How can you make designs better? See, 18 plus people may think, oh, 18 plus, is it PG or something? So that is something you can play around with your design. Okay, so you can put some pictures. Okay, taking it to the next level. So what are the marketing targets, right? So this is a target, and you see it when I add contrast, it highlights the thing that I want to highlight. Okay, these are most likely the things that we want to focus here. Okay, how are we doing it? Okay, you see, we are using AI, right? So same thing as when you guys are presenting. I believe that has any one of you has already gone through FYP, final year project? Have not yet. Just finished. Did you did presentation?
No, it's FYP1, so I'm still studying for.
I see. I see. What about you? Okay, you have done already. Have you did presentations?
Yeah.
See, everyone has to go through presentations, right? And it's a nightmare. So there might be teammates who are better at design, but everyone can always contribute to the storyline. Design is not just about the things on screen, it's also the story that's behind it. Okay? So, like, this is just small things that I'm trying to say. Okay, we have done that, never been this active and consistent. You see, the copywriting choice is also very important. So, do you guys have confidence that you guys can do this in your next presentation? No? You guys think you guys can do that? So the main thing is not the skill difference. It's about what level do you want yourself to be in, right? So for example, let's say it's just a very quick 5-minute presentation. Of course, you don't have to do all this, but use templates to guide you. But when you are doing something big, it's very worthwhile to spend a bit of your time um, to work on your story, work on the portfolio. So for example, the um, for example, right, guys, this 23 slides of portfolio, I think it took me like a week to work on it, but it got me the job and it was worth it, right? So you always have to evaluate is how much work do you want to put in, okay? So I hope that you guys can learn something from here. And have you guys have any questions? I think let's open a Q&A right now before we go to our mini assessment. Yes.
Could you show us your most recent and up-to-date resume?
Up to latest.
Your resume, yours, that's most up-to-date.
Okay. Just add me on LinkedIn. I'll give you when I'm done. Because to be honest, as you guys can see, right, I always do my resume whenever I'm trying to move up to a level or I'm trying to move up to a company. As you guys can see just now, I've done one resume and portfolio when I was in uni, another one when I was switching jobs. I think that would be most likely the case that you guys are facing also. So I don't really have a portfolio that I've done, but as you have asked, right? So when people ask, what do I do? So what can I show? I can show the website that I've done. This is a wait. Sorry guys, I'm using my hotspot, so it may be a bit slow. So you see, I can show people that I've done this. This is a portfolio also, right? I've done this, I've done some free classes. In fact, tomorrow we have a free class on Canva, but it's the same thing. So you guys are joining it physical. So you see, we have done a lot of things. I can showcase a lot of stuff that I've done, courses. How do I communicate these messages? See, let's say there's a lot of stuff here. When I click on a flyer, what does it bring us to? It's all work. So when you're doing, let's say, I mean like computer science students or IT students, your projects may not be a slide. It can be a website, but in the website, it's the same thing. How do you want to tell the story? When people first click on the website, hi, my name is, and I'm a developer or something, right? So it's the same thing lah. And you see, I've done tennis websites before. I can show the match info, what are the group tables, etc., etc. So for students, I believe that you guys have, because I always think that students' assignments are a bit underestimated because they're actually very tough work, and you guys have done a lot of stuff, but you guys have to think, how do you want to present this? For example, you may not just put a report there. You can just put a report there and say, we have worked what, and what you guys have achieved from this. So it's all about how can you maximize the work that you have done and tell it to the opposite side. Okay? Any more questions? Thank you for your questions, man. I appreciate it. Any more questions here? Yes. Yes. So that's a very good question. So the reason why I didn't cover color palettes is because I think it's a very niche thing, and let's say you give 100 designers the same work, they can always find things to tweak about. So there's no perfect design. So when you're doing a design, I think there's this four letter VIBE, vibe. So what vibe are you going for? So let's say you are going to do a natural camping thing. So it may be brown color and green. So for example, this is where references comes in because you see how people do it and you kind of feel the vibe of it. So let's say I have a design here. Let's say I'm trying to do camping design. So I may like this. So it may be like a greeny vibe, right? So let's say now I go back to Canva. Let me search about camping. For example, you may use this. So now you have to think. This is a bit too cute. So let's say you want to pitch to a business owner, they might not like it. And that's where you stand in their shoes. Would they appreciate it or not? Right? So you can always go through this. So if it's a school camp, you can be this. So let's say you are using a template, they already have all the colors that you need, right? So you don't need to worry too much about the colors. I would just say that when you are messing with a template, try not to mess with the color too much because of the experience that we have lacked. So, for example, here, right, you are trying to say, oh, I want to do this for blue, but actually it will look a bit weird, you know. You get what I mean? So, when you're messing with the template, just go with the vibe that they're giving. If you don't like the vibe, I wouldn't suggest you to change the color. Instead, I would suggest you to go to design here and find another template instead. That is the best way to make sure your design is consistent. Okay? Any more questions? Did I answer your question? Yes, no? Okay. Any more questions here? No?
Do companies prefer a more minimalist style of design when it comes to resume? I feel like I've gotten the question for the graphic. Sometimes they don't favor that, but I also see some people say it's easy to read. So I'm not sure. What do you think?
For me, I always think minimalist is always the best. That's for me. But I would think that you can't really go wrong with minimalist, right? And to be honest, it's easier because when you are trying to think of graphics, it may be overwhelming and you may need to think of more things to go with. So minimalist is is a way to go to if you're trying to do a design that is clean, that is just clean. Okay, this is good. So you don't really need to think too much, but let's say you want to be more creative, you can always go with more graphics and templates with more elements. Okay, anyone? I think our last question. No questions. All right. What about you? You have any questions? You? Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Actually, I built this with WordPress. Yes. So, if you guys are wondering how to build websites, actually websites are not hard when you are using a website builder. Oh, yeah. So, the website builder that we are using is called Avada Builder. Oh, or should I share with you? You just want to look at this website? Yes. Or you just want this, is it? It's called fuzzyballs.my. .my. Yes. Or what you mean is you want to do something like this, is it? Yeah. Fuzzy balls. Okay. Not the other way around. Okay. Any more questions from here? No, okay. So I think let's go to a bit of wrap up and let's give everyone a certificate for joining this session here. Okay. So, are you okay? Sorry. Did you get the website? FUZZY. Then balls with the S .my. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So let's guys, since everyone has no questions, I have questions for you. So let's do a mini assessment. Okay, it's almost ending. I think everyone's energy is a bit out. Me also. Later we can have lunch and we can join. Are you guys joining the second session of wellness later? All right. So, what's the first design principles, guy? Alignment. Okay, let's just shout it out together. Oh, I offed it. Oh my god. Wait, Okay. Okay, what's the second one? Contrast, hierarchy, proximity, and white space. Okay, what about always find what before designing? Start from I. Yes, inspirations. Okay, or references. Templates. All right. Always apply the design principles. Okay, you guys are very good. Okay, let's do some. Okay, let's do a. I'll say 3, 2, 1. I'll just pick one to answer, right? So before creating a design, which criteria should you identify? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you objective. What about you? All of the above. Okay, everything, guys. Remember, the objective is important. The audience is important. Remember, the platform is the most important one. The dimensions. Yeah, like what you said just now. Let's say you did a very good design, but in the end, when you did the ATS, it's not compatible. There's no point, right? So always have the end goal in mind. So when you are receiving a task from someone, what is the best approach? Okay, I will let you guys read. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
Communicate.
B, right? So always communicate first. Remember, communicate with the task giver. They are the client if you are working, if you are thinking it as an agency. So meeting their needs is the most important. Okay. So what is one key benefit of observing designs around us? A, B, or C? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh my God, you are so fast. Okay, come. B, you learn to identify what makes a good design or effective. Remember, why today I'm not teaching you, okay, this is a good design, follow this. Because I'll be probably wrong because the designs are already very good. See, MMU has good design. The road outside has a good design. How can we learn from that? And that is the part that we want to reach. Okay. Wow, a lot of questions, huh? What is one great way to practice using a design tool like Canva? Yes. redesigning, right? Okay, okay, actually the first one is correct also. So why redesigning stuff is good, but let's say you have time and you rather spend the time to explore the tools in Canva, why not? Right? But that would not be the most effective and efficient way. Okay, I'll let the guys behind here to answer this. What mindset leads to a better, more effective design?
Focusing on the message.
Yep, it's very obvious. Focusing on the message. Okay, as long as the message is communicated, it's a good design. Okay, we have done the Q&A. So let's recap. Today we have learned about the 5 design principles. Okay, we have alignment, contrast, hierarchy, proximity, and white space. And the importance of references and templates. Remember, inspirations and use templates. Make your life easier, designing life easier. Using Canva, creating an effective workflow, and also the mindset of a great design. Remember, don't be a perfectionist, okay? So, another way to practice, remember just now, we grab something and identify the 5 design principles. The other thing is, whenever you are walking to a shop, just be aware because I believe all of you would think we would like go through something and we just forgot what happened there, or we almost forgot why we went into the shop. Maybe it's because the big 50% off that is there, right? So sometimes you just have to be a bit aware of why did I went to this shop, let me see what's right or wrong. But that's a bit nerdy lah, but you guys can nerd about it sometimes, you know. Okay, so congratulations, you have made it to the end. So I have some words. The words is, of course, thank you so much for joining the class, and we hope to see you in the next session. So don't go yet because okay. Oh yeah. So guys, if you guys is fine, I would love if you guys can give us some Google review because we're doing this for free, and I actually really appreciate the MMU team for having this with us. It really means a lot to us. So just help us do a Google review, and it will be so good. Thank you so much. Yep. Guys, remember 5 stars only. The 2 stars one, talk to me, please. We go to the discipline room. Yes.
Would you share with me my resume and you let me know what you think?
Of course. So, oh yeah, if you guys want to share resume with me or anything, feel free to do so. I think I have left my. Do you guys use LinkedIn?
Yes.
Everyone. All right, that's very good. Do you guys build your LinkedIn profile? That's me, you know. I never built my LinkedIn profile after I've done. So the very cool story. My friends used to ask me, "Hey, build your LinkedIn profile, please." I'm like, "No, that's not my thing." After when I'm in the workplace, I realized how important it is. So remember when we talked about portfolio and resume, that's one way to people can access us. But the third way is actually social proof. Social proof is very important nowadays in social media. So for example, someone who do programming versus someone who do programming but they do YouTube videos, the employers would like the YouTube videos more because it's just more transparency to the employer, the less risk that they take. Okay, so social proof is very important. I would think that, you know, the world right now is moving towards a content creation path. More people, more individuals are creating content for themselves. So you guys, if you guys have the passion to do it, feel free to do it, right? Okay. Anyone do content here? Anyone does content here? You do content? You do, which platform are you on? YouTube. Share it with us later. Sorry? Oh my god. Wow. Influencer. Alright. Please share with us later, okay? We would love to subscribe to you. Yeah, so let's say 24 Consulting, we do a lot of TikTok also. Our main focus is TikTok, so later you guys can follow us also lah. Okay, everyone has learned it? Okay, so, oops. Okay, now it's time for your certs, okay? And I hope to show you guys some love by giving you certs. These certs may, I just hope this is a testament that you guys have went through this. You know, a lot of people is still outside, and you guys decided to join this class out of here. Anyone skip class because of this? No, right? You! Oh my god, I love you. You also. You skip what? Oh my god. Wait, quiz, doesn't that count as your... Okay. Oh my god. We appreciate that. Okay, so after you have filled in the feedback form, you should be able to get the certs immediately. Actually, have you guys scanned this? Okay. Some of them, it's fine if you guys don't want to spend so much time with the comments, because I think you guys have already given the Google review. So just fill in the feedback form and yeah, get your cert. And hopefully you guys can tag us on LinkedIn, you know.
For the company name, we write
Just student. Yeah. You can just put MMU, you can put student, yeah. It's fine. Done? Have you received the cert? Alright. Okay. I'll just give you guys some time to fill it in. Yes. You got it? You haven't got it yet? Oh, done already. Okay. Have you received the cert? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so everyone has scanned, right? So I'll just share a little bit on how do we do this. If you guys are interested in a little bit of automation and stuff, just very quick 5 minutes, okay? So, as you guys can see here, right? This, whenever you guys are submitting it, it will go through a system and it will link to Sheets. And in Sheets, it will automatically send. As you guys can see, there are some errors here, which is not generated. So if you can see it's sent. So let's wait for 5 seconds, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it will send. Okay, let's say there are some errors here, right? I have coded something here, and I can retry the missing certificate. So you see, as you guys can see, it's now retrying all of it. So how do I do that? Actually, 24 Consulting is focused on doing tech for government, teaching them how to use tech, and all of this is actually coded by ChatGPT. So basically, I don't code, but I've prompted ChatGPT to get the codes that I need, and now it will be sending all of it. Yeah, okay. So for the ones who haven't gotten it yet, just give it a few seconds and it will generate for you. Okay. So let's go to the last part, which is the most exciting part. Okay. Oh yeah, guys. Sorry. Before that, I've actually created a workbook for all of you, so you guys can actually scan it, and there's some practices that you guys can do, and there's some recap inside there. Just refer to it if you think the slides are too long. Yeah, just this workbook. Okay, all good. You guys can access the workbook, right? Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So, guys, since I've gotten all of your emails, so why not the resume, everything? I'll just email it to all of you. Would that be cool? Okay, good. Okay. All right. Can you scan it? Yes. Yeah, sure. After the session, can we do that? Yeah, no problem. Okay, so of course, to the very exciting part, please follow us on our social media channels. Do you guys use TikTok? Good thing TikTok wasn't banned in Malaysia. You know, if not, we'll be all going to Xiaohongshu as TikTok refugees, right? So we are more active on TikTok. We're trying to do more YouTube videos, and it's been a tough journey. Okay, so yeah, show some love, and yeah, so and that's it for my session. I hope you guys have learned something today. I hope this 2 hour session wasn't a boring lecture. Because you know, actually, you guys are I'm very happy to see you guys here, because for me, I'm not that lucky to experience the uni life, because I only went physical for one semester because of the lockdown. One semester, and I paid all the resource fee for nothing. Whenever I go to the school, I turn on all the aircon. This is what I deserve. No, just kidding, just kidding. Okay, no, just kidding. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be seeing you at 2 p.m. for wellness class. Right? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
The end of the first part is not finished yet. So I think Mr. Nyening, thank you so much. I think I have to run the presentation for Mr. Anil with me, because I will cry, because I just did something new, some new shortcuts today, which I
Yes.
don't know.
Yes.
There's no people teaching me that.
Thank you.